So our next speaker has been actively working towards building structured rescue and insurance ecosystem for adventure tourism in India. Mr. Prateek Gupta is the founder and CEO of ASC360 Adventure Sports cover and has been closely associated with developing specialized insurance and assistance solutions for the adventure tourism sector. Through ASC360, he has worked extensively on strengthening awareness around rescue preparedness, insurance frameworks, and risk mitigation systems for adventure operators and travelers alike. We also take this opportunity to sincerely thank ASC360 Adventure Sports cover for their valuable support for today's seminar, for the important industry initiative focused on safety and responsible adventure tourism. Today, he will speak on safety, rescue operations, and insurance frameworks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Prateek Gupta.
Good evening, everyone. I think the energy is low, so let's start with, if you can play a video. Yeah, so this was done a couple of weeks ago on Ahmedabad Camp 3. One of the German clients got frostbitten, and we did the rescue, as Dr. Chawla just said, that insurances are actually taking time post-COVID. They are taking more time in Nepal, and especially in these high-altitude crazy adventures, and they are taking time. So in this, we coordinated cashless evacuations. The hospitalizations, we took care of $8,500 worth of, the evacuation cost, $6,000 worth of hospitalization cost. Why I'm saying this is that in fraction of moment, Camp 3 rescue Ahmedabad is super technical, and that's why we say Camp 3 rescues. The pilot was able to land, we were able to rescue. The fingers are okay, he is back in Germany. So I just wanted to showcase what happens when we are able to do a cashless, coordinated rescue effort for anybody in the system, and why some areas are doing much better than some areas as well. So quickly, I'll go through the slides. I don't want to take much of your time. Thank you, first of all, ATOAI, Ajit sir, for giving this opportunity. My topic is Safety, Rescue Operations, Insurance Framework in Adventure Tourism. I will try to keep this as field-based as possible, not theoretical. The key point I want to make today is adventure tourism cannot grow sustainably unless safety, rescue, medical response, and insurance are treated as one integrated system. Right? Safety is not about avoiding accidents anymore. It's about building trust with clients, families, regulators, insurers, and global adventure community. Why safety must be reimagined? We all know, I think, firstly, the entire day, all the words, everything, what I'm hearing is actually music to my ears. We've been working for, 7, 8 years now to get this to a stage where everybody is sensitized towards these safety. Now it's time to actually put it on ground. we have everything. But I think it's now time, because we see more than million trekkers in India. I think if I give you a figure from our practical data, there are almost 5,000 to 7,000 paragliding flights just in Himachal every day during season. And we have seen maximum number of accidents in aerosports as well as trekking and other sports as well now. So, today safety is just not operational requirement. It's a business differentiator. Everybody has started asking, which is so good to hear, who is managing the risk? What is your plan B? What happens if something goes wrong? Is there an insurance? Is there a rescue system? Are the guides trained? Is there a medical support? You will hear these questions from the clients now. So the next phase of Indian adventure tourism will not be derived from the beautiful destinations. It will be driven by the trust, safety systems, and professionalism. What informs this perspective? So now we can proudly say, as an Indian company, we have insured more than 500,000 adventurers across the world. We have rescued by air, land, and all the modes 5,000 plus adventurers, more than 100 death claims. We have done more than 100 nationalities. We have secured and protected. This season alone, on Everest, we have rescued more than 30 nationalities. So these are all data and numbers which we have. Of course, Indian tourism paradox, we have everything, but what we lack is uniform safety standards, mandatory adventure insurance, standardized guide and instructor training, integrated rescue and medical framework, and predictable emergency response. We have all touched upon, there are several speakers. The states are different, the federal system is different. So the paradox, India has world-class adventure potential, but we do not yet have uniformly world-class safety ecosystem. I think ATOI is doing a fantastic job in promoting this and pushing this. I would love for ATOI to do more, and I think, Ajit sir, we can take this towards states as well now, where I think the local guides, operators need this more than anyone now, because people are booking more adventure treks and everything directly from these companies rather than the major companies, let's say in Mumbai, Delhi, etc. So, what actually causes these adventure emergencies? I've shown this earlier, but I would again emphasize, rather than everybody, if you'll see an insurance says adventure sports covered, but injuries are covered. Adventure sports injuries are covered. But majorly, if you'll see from thousands of data what we have covered, what we have given claims for, 75+% is actually because of any illness. It could be AMS, HAPE, HACE, other things, snow blindness as well. The next biggest factor is 12%, which is non-medical in nature. It could be anxiety related as well. Only after that, 8% is injury related and 5% is weather related. I think it is a duty, and I think we should frame that rule and scenarios as well, how to differentiate a non-medical emergency with a medical emergency, because that would give more clarity to the insurers, and the rescue or the response would be much faster in nature. So rescue operations, what actually happens? I'll give you a very quick example. We did 2 rescues today in the morning, one of a Dutch client and one of an Indian client on Everest Base Camp. So it's a medical triage, as we say, because there are so many fraudulent, and you must have heard about few news articles just before the season in February regarding the scams and everything else. So what we do is, we have our own doctors, we have our own rescue teams, we have our own emergency response centers. Let's say if a client has a low SpO2, we get the videos, we get the medical treatment, first aid done. We do the first responders job as well in some of the areas. And then obviously, as per the doctor's recommendation, we give go ahead and give the guarantees to the helicopters and the local guides, and maybe the guy requires oxygen. So plus we also work not just on helicopters. There's a common misconception about evacuation means helicopter, but it also means stretchers, ponies, 4x4s where ambulances can't reach. We as insurance, because we come from adventure, everything, we take a full sort of scenario and case, and then we pay those claims as well. It's not just, it has to be a certified ambulance. Where there is no ambulance, we do pay claims for 4x4s or ponies where there's no bills as well. So the idea is to save lives. I think I would like to focus on this now. In this slide, you can see in a 360-degree comprehensive network, we have operators who are organizing this, the companies, the clients who are doing this, and obviously the guides, instructors, and porters who are involved in this business as well. So they are the backbone. So once we say in terms of insurance, if the clients are secured, if the operators are secured through CGL's comprehensive general liability, in layman terms, हम लोग third party liability भी बोलते हैं, but comprehensive general liability and professional indemnity, because we are all professionals, and then the insurance for the staff, guides, instructors, and porters. When everybody in the system is insured and secured, I think you can expect much better outcomes, much faster outcomes as well. Operators for CGL, I'll give you a quick example. We do include medical malpractice. So if one of your guides or instructor is giving a CPR, and because of that, the family could say, oh, because of your guide CPR, the further problem occurred, then that is also covered. Maybe you have arranged a trip, let's say in Rishikesh, and you have arranged a bus from Delhi, and the bus operator is some other company. Still, if there's an accident or there's an accident on the road, those people can actually sue you. So every bit now, because we are all going and growing towards corporatization, everybody is liable in the system. So my sincere request would be to actually get an insurance which covers all of this, and it should say that your activity, whatever activity you are performing, you organize, it should say that this includes scuba diving, this includes zip lining, it should say that, because tomorrow, just for the regulatory purposes, if you guys take this insurance like third party liability, some of the companies, and I've seen those, because it's hard to get these policies, they will not pay whenever it mattered. I hope it never, it doesn't come to that situation, but still, one misconception about CGL, it covers your own assets and properties and your own people. Nope, it covers third parties. So anything which is not your company's asset, your company, it will cover that. So CGL, for me, is must for an operator in today's world to actually start. Once you have all the paperwork, you should have a CGL in place. You should also have something what we call as guide, instructor, porter policy, and then of course for the clients. And clients, depending on your activity, you should, excuse me, if you are in aerosports, of course you need injury and higher coverage for the death. But in case you are doing high altitude courses, that all depends on what activity you are doing and how much coverage you think in case something goes wrong, you require. We have seen a lot of the claims which have been launched very abruptly. We have faced few issues. Every year we have several claims which are unique in nature. So to give you an example, there's a case in Maharashtra where the person was rescued within a day. So it took 1 day to bring that patient down from wherever in Syadris. The person was hospitalized before the midnight. So as per the insurance, all the claims till your policy is valid will be paid, but the client was hospitalized for next 3 days. So in that scenario, you should know that your policy should have and must have an automatic extension cover, which basically means in case of an incident and the person is hospitalized, so for all the period the person is hospitalized, the policy will remain valid. These are the smallest issues. And in case you want to take him to another hospital, a tertiary hospital, you should please get an approval. In this scenario, nobody took our approval. Insurance would always decline these kind of claims. So small things matter. Activity, you should know if it's included. Altitude, some policies world over now just cover 4,500 meters. They used to cover, let's say, 7,000, 6,000. Now they have big deductibles. You don't know co-payment. Lot of, we have seen in Nepal and in India, insurances across Europe and US, they say $500, 1,500 pounds in case an evacuation is required. I think PED, pre-existing disease, we are facing a big challenge. I think one of the biggest groups, age groups in trekking and mountaineering and all the adventure sports are 45 plus corporates, and they already have a comorbidity sort of a disease, BPs, diabetes, and these people do not take their medications while they're on the mountain, and that creates a further challenge. So they do not disclose their own medical issues with their operators, guides, and that creates a further issue. So poor medical notes, you should always consult the insurances what to do next instead of assuming anything. I think one of the key things which we have done, and I have repeated this project in the past, I always say this, that when we all work together, amazing things can happen, and HAMRC is the proof of that. HAMRC is what we call as high altitude medical rescue centers. What we did several years back, we created these high altitude, a full project with the local All Ladakh Tour Operators Association as well as the district administration to create these. Anyone who goes to Chadar Trek would definitely has to go. We created these SOPs, so they have to stay 3 days as part of acclimatization in Leh. Then they have to go through a pre-medical checkup. Only after they are cleared by the doctor, they receive the permits. SOPs were given to them. Everybody has to be insured. Then we set up medical tents, rescue units on the go. We employed local guides, give them equipment. We were requested from the administration about the satellite phone, and they gave us in Ladakh. But obviously, it was under strict supervision. They gave us licensing officers from SDRF. And believe me, we did 3,124 people that year. We rescued 14 people. And since then, all the SOPs, the locals have taken over that project. There are 0 deaths. So idea for us is to collaborate with everybody and make something so unique that, things can actually change 180 degrees, believe me. So these are the four pillar frameworks. We say mandatory adventure insurance, medical governance, integrated rescue and SOPs, training and certification and compliance. I think everybody, I'm not going in details because everyone has spoken on this. I think the way forward for us is to, I think push this, whatever we are discussing, just actually build how we can implement this on the ground. Operators, for the government, of course, we need to have state-level emergency response coordination, recognition of adventure-specific risk frameworks, destination-level rescue protocols, and so forth. I think in the last, I think I'll say a few things. I want to close with one simple thought: safety builds trust, and trust builds growth. If India wants to become the global adventure tourism leader, we cannot look safety as a cost. Safety is an investment in credibility. It protects operators, it protects clients, it protects guides and staff, and it protects destination. It protects the reputation of Indian adventure tourism. The only way forward for me is collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prateek. We'll be having you back, when people have this open house, and there will be a lot of questions for you, I'm sure.